Good evening and welcome inside the Colchester Legion Stadium here in Truro, Nova Scotia for some Nova Scotia Under-16 AAA Hockey League action. Courtesy of Highlight Sports this evening, we have the visiting Western Rebels out of Prince Edward Island taking on the hometown Fundy Thunder. Thunder come into this one with a record of 8-16-3, 8th in the league standings right now as we come to the final stretch. They lost last week here at the stadium, a 4-3 final against the number 1 ranked Eastern Dukes. The Rebels come in winners of their last 7. They are 19-8-2 and sit at 5th in the league standings right now, just 5 points out of first place. The other way, Smallman will gain the line and send it in deep to the left of starting goaltender Callum DeWolf. DeWolf was excellent in the game last week against the Dukes. Heavily outshot with the Thunder. DeWolf kept them in the game en route to the 4-3 loss. Cogger sends it ahead. Here's Jackson McIver and over the line. Will send one towards the goal. That's up and over top. Starting goaltender number 29, Dylan Weil, gets a nod for the Rebels. Supposed to play against the Dukes on Family Day Monday. That game got postponed. Their last win, a 7-4 victory against the Moncton Thunderbirds, as mentioned, winners of their last 7 and looking to go on a late season heater in the top half of the standings. Rebels will skate it out. It's sent down the ice by Gaudette. That's Zach Gaudette. Zach wearing number 21. Isaac wearing number 91. Zach Gaudette battles with Baird behind the goal. Still battling down low. Baird knocks a stick out of Gaudette's hands. It'll be a penalty against the Thunder. Rink-wide pass picked up by Ace Oatway. He'll go back to the point. Shot comes in from Collins. Save made by DeWolf. Rebounds there. It'll be touched up by Maddox Rennie. And the Thunder will go to the PK. Just 1 minute, 10 seconds into this one. It'll be Wyatt Baird going off for slashing. Ellis Callahan in to take the draw against Gavin Moore to the right of DeWolf. It's an early chance on the power play for the Rebels to get out front. They win the draw. Back to the point. Here is Samuel Surratt, 3rd in the league in points with 47, but as a shot comes in, saved by DeWolf. Big rebound given up. It's sent back to the point. Pino walks the line, pass it off. Callahan go back up to the right point. He'll pass it off for Pino. Good edge work from Pino into the slot. Shot comes in. Good save by DeWolf off the stick of Tobin McEwen. Here is the aforementioned Surratt. 26 goals on the year. 2nd in the league. 3rd in league scoring, but he's only a 2010 born. Both players above him, Case and Cooling and Trip Livingston of the Vitoes, both 2009 born, so bright start to the U16 career for Samuel Surratt. Look for him to make the jump up to U18 next year. Already 2 games played with the Kensington Wild. He has the puck back now as the Thunder will change up a pair of penalty killers. Under a minute left to go in the penalty to Baird. Surratt in over the line. He shoots and scores. It handcuffed DeWolf. He had the glove there, but just whiffed. As Surratt let that shot go from well out, and he'll make it 27 on the season. It's a power play goal for the Rebels early. They lead 1-0. Surratt just trying to get it over the line and send something towards the goal. DeWolf had the glove up, tracked it well, but just went right by him and up into that top glove side corner. Back the other way, Isaac Gaudette was trying to work up. It's turned over, sent to the line. Swatted right back in by Joe Arsenault, kept onside. Here is Jack White behind the net. He'll leave it. Arsenault out front. Shot comes in, they score! Caleb Smallman in the slot, wide open. Heavy forecheck leads to another goal. Just 20 seconds apart. Rebels have a 2-0 lead. All starts with Joe Arsenault up top. He's able to hold the line, get it down deep, and then some nice work down low from Isaac Gaudette. He won the puck battle behind the goal and sent it right up front. Smallman snapped it quickly into the net. Sent up ahead by affiliate player Lex McKenzie wearing number 25. He's dumped to the ice. Arsenault will chip it past McKenzie. He'll give chase. Pitts first on it as he takes a bump in that near side corner. Comes out Cogger. To the point, Phillips' shot was blocked and pinballs out to center. Phillips will pick it up, turn it back over to Cogger. Cogger being watched by Smallman. Sent around the wall, Laba will hold it in as he absorbs a check. Sent down low. Ulof lost his balance. Comes out to the point, Laba. Send it back in as Ulof was jostling with his man down low. That was Daniel Pigeon. Sent back to the point, Laba. Sends one from the line. Missed on the stick side and a battle down low. Penalty coming up to the Rebels. Holding call against Caleb Smallman as he got wrapped up with Laba at the blue line, and the Thunder will go to their first power play with 16-14 to go here in the first. Shot's already 5-0 in favor of the Rebels. They already have 2 on the board, courtesy of Samuel Sorrett and Caleb Smallman, who will sit now for 2 or less. Singer keeps it in at the point, rink wide pass to Cochran. This Fundy power play has been excellent lately. As Cochran will spin it back to the point. Ulof, shot from the point, save made by Weil. It's taken out but unable to clear. Was number 18, Ben McGregor. Kept in Cochran, steps to the middle, settles it down, tried to go far side, but blocker save is made by Weil. Singer down low. Takes a return feed from Rennie. Singer, backdoor pass to Cochran, tried to deflect it on, just healed it, and it's cleared away and out to center by the Rebels. Singer will have to hurry, he's being watched over by McGregor. Singer will send it around. Cochran will pick it up. 1:10 left to go in the penalty. Hand it off. Or Maddox Rennie will try to weave his way in. It's tapped back out to center. As Warwick will leave it for Singer. Up ahead, Ulof. Back to Singer. They'll gain the line and work in 1-on-3. Dump it down deep as he's being watched by Collins. Back to Cochran at the point. Cochran, pass it off. Ulof will slow it down. Good play to stay with it. Rennie trying to weave in. Ulof sends one towards the goal. That was blocked. Cochran knocked off his stick, but Warwick there to support. Pass it off for Cochran. Cochran lost it. Now back the other way. Was Isaac Gaudette, but a good recovery from Cochran as it'll go in front out of the Fundy bench. Rebels able to knock it down low, and Pitts will pick it up as the Thunder get their second unit on the ice. McIver up the right side will peel back. Long pass ahead to Moore. Has some room on that left side. Back up top, McIver. Spins around Gaudette. Drops his shoulder, goes down low, but he's knocked off stride by Collins. McIver will pick it back up. Centering pass. Deflected to the corner. Pitts back to 5-a-side now. Successful first kill for the Rebels. Hooked ahead, McIver, reverse check. It's picked up behind the net. Atkinson in front for Moore. Shoots, scores! Gavin Moore on the doorstep. Right after the penalty expires, the Thunder get on the board. Gavin Moore with the tally. He started the play all together, and it was Atkinson, his work down low, able to find Moore out in front. Moore starts it and finishes it and gets a big goal after that early barrage from Western. Back underway and back to 5-a-side. McKenzie ahead, Cochran. Touch it off the boards. Sent in to the Rebel zone by Gagnon. Wide pass, almost turned over. Good stick from the Rebels. Picked up, Pigeon ahead. Pass by Allison. Sent up the wall. Finding it a flurry of skates was Pino. He battles down low. Sent back to the point. Hopped over the stick of Pigeon. He'll gain it at center and dump it in cross corner. It's McKenzie back deep into his own end to collect. Kenzie, long pass ahead, tipped by Cochran, icing waved off. Here's Pigeon behind the net, long stretch passes. Fundy was in the midst of changes, good read by Ulof. Pigeon flips it out to center, kicked away by McIver. Ulof will send it back to Laba. Settles it down, try to go D to D. That's off the skates of Reed, and pinballs back to Callum DeWolf, forced to cover up. Shot 6-3 in favor of the Rebels. They lead 2-1. Just under 13 left to play here in this first period. Ulof in to take the draw against Ellis Callahan. Ulof wins it. Laba behind the net. Up the wall, chip to the line, kept in by Noy. Down low, back up top, McGilvery. Send it back down to the corner. Chip in front by Isaac Godet. Missed its mark. Godet's still working down low. That's how he set up the second goal. It's flipped up and out by the Thunder. McIver will give chase, just rolling. It'll roll in on net. Weil will be forced to cover up. So McIver held up with a bit of a snow shower on Weil. He'll get a couple words from that, but nothing will come from it. It's an offensive zone draw for the Thunder out of nothing. We'll take it. Is Baird will come in for the draw. Line up against Connor Hudson. Hudson runs it back. Noy will spin it around the wall, kept in by Max Parker. He'll rim it back down on McGilvery up the wall. Met by Baird, he'll send it behind the goal. Arsenault trying to flip it ahead, couldn't find it in his feet. Pull free, Rennie lost it. Parker will send it towards the goal. That hit the body of Noy. Back to the point. Pitts throws it down low. Baird and Cochran both down there, as well as Noy for the Rebels. He'll battle for it. Comes out to the right point. Pitts pass it off for Maddox Rennie. Plays it to himself off the wall. Sends it in front, deflected, but didn't make its way on goal. As Cochran was on the doorstep. Good pressure here from Fundy. Rennie into the middle. He can shoot it if he gets a lane. He'll pass it off for Parker. Too far. But Max will pick it back up. His shot attempt is off the skate of Cochran as he's pinned to the wall down low by Hudson. Now Noy will skate it out himself. Numbers if they hurry, but the Rebels need a change. Noy will just send it down deep. As the Rebels get fresh troops on the ice, it's Arsenault working 1-on-3 down low. Collins gets it at the point. Feathered to the corner and around the net. Pitts will jockey for position with Joe Arsenault. Picked up by Rennie. Rennie, long pass ahead. Cochran will beat the icing. A nice set play. Cochran in, shoots, scores! Jude Cochran! Tie game. What a perfect play by the Thunder. As Rennie ripped one down the ice for the intentional icing, knowing Cochran was going to beat it out. Cochran had loads of time to pick it up, and he rips one over the shoulder of Weil, and the Thunder come back with two unanswered, and it's now 2-2. Moore in to take the draw. He'll win it back. Sent down the ice by White, but it'll go up and out of play. It's Joe Godet, or excuse me, Zach Godet. It's mixed up with Moore. Face-off will come back outside of the Rebels line. And come back down from the Rebels blue line. That's where the dump-in attempt came from. Rebels have the puck. Shot comes in. Save made by DeWolf. McGregor with a late snow shower will catch some attention. So he took the initial shot. Face-off will come to the left of DeWolf as we approach the halfway mark here in period number 1. Singer swats it behind the net. Jack White ahead. Pinching up off the line was Collins. Shot comes in. Missed high and wide. Ace Outway. Put it up and over the shoulder. Thunder get it out to the neutral zone. Collins will send it right back in as he takes a bump from Warwick. In the rounds. Atkinson dumped, and the body's starting to fly now. Long pass ahead. Warwick. Pick up. Tried to drop it off for Moore. Moore took a knee. He was cutting across. Singer will step up and hit his man. They're going to call a penalty on the play. White and Collins are both going to go as well. Singer was getting the initial penalty. The initial penalty was coming to Singer, and then White and Ty Collins got mixed up after the whistle. Singer will now make his way to the box. It'll be another power play here for the Rebels. D go to the bench for a quick word from the coach. Pino and Surratt manning the point. Face-off though won by Fundy. Sent to the line but not out. Pino. Pass it off. In front. Shot comes in. Just missed wide. DeWolf caught a piece of it. That coming in off the stick of McEwen. Surratt and off the point. Fan on the shot. Stripped by Uloth. Didn't come out. Surratt will hand it off for Pino. Pino, rink wide, looking back door for Callahan. Missed him. Back the other way. Odd man rush of the Harry. Cogger has Uloth. They don't have a defenseman back. Cogger shoots, rebounds there. Pops out in front. Cogger settles it behind the net. As Cogger will battle down low. It's sent behind the net. Picked up by Allison. He'll leave it for Callahan, who in turn drops it off for Surratt. Gains the line. Just over a minute left in the penalty. Here's Surratt. Spins back, hands it for Allison, gets a return feed. Surratt over to Pino. Pino, Surratt. Slows it up and back up top for Pino. Trying to open up some space there. Moore not giving much separation. He almost forces a turnover. As Callahan will put it through the triangle. Surratt in, shot blocked by McKenzie. Lex McKenzie, the AP wearing number 25. Surratt again, another shot. That's blocked. Moore back the other way. Dropped an edge. Or else he might have been off to the races, just toe picked. Surratt will send it ahead. 20 seconds left in the penalty. Picked up by Smallman. He'll circle around his net. And pass it ahead for Pigeon. Pigeon back down the wing. Shot. Stop was made by DeWolf. Here's Outway. Final 5 seconds of the power play. Outway will go rink wide. Shot comes in. Missed wide off the stick of McGregor as we're back to 5 aside. Comes out. Singer able to pick that off out of the box, and he'll just flip it down the ice. Good draw weight on it. They call the icing late. Thunder won't be able to change. Singer will have to stay on the ice as he threw it down. Frazier and Atkinson on as well. Keegan Frazier will come in for the draw against Hudson. Frazier wins it back, but the Rebels get there. Parker bumps his man behind the goal. Sent back up top, Phillips. Throw it down low into the corner. Parker was bumped. Frazier will pick it up for the Thunder. Slows up. Appeal in his own end. Keegan Frazier chipped up ahead. Atkinson will flip it way up. That hits the rafters. Thunder will now get their change in. The face-off will just come outside the Thunder end. 7:21 left to play here in this first period. After the Rebels open it up with 2 quick goals in the first 3 minutes, Thunder stormed back with 2 of their own. Shots 8-6 in favor of the Rebels. Pass on L too far. Hudson creeps in the middle, but he's stripped by Frazier. Chip it ahead. Jude Cochran will flip it to the line. Just hops over the stick of Phillips and out. Frazier will jockey for position as he'll give chase. Phillips able to send it back out to center. That's deflected. Puck stops just to the left of the Rebels bench. Pulled free. Here's Cochran. Tried to weave in. It's turned over. Hudson. Pass it off. Shot comes in. Save made by DeWolf. As Arsenault let that go quickly. Big kill by the Thunder, but they've been on their heels since. As the Rebels continue to press. Uloff in for the draw against Callahan to the right of Callum. DeWolf snapped back by Callahan. Noy. Pass into the middle, looking for Callahan. It's flipped up and out by the Thunder. Icing waved off. Noy will have to hurry back. Stop up behind his goal. Flip it ahead. Isaac Cadet, one touches it off. Was looking for Callahan. Didn't get a lot on it. Cycle back down low by the Thunder. McGillivray and McIver jockey for position. McIver hits his man. Thunder keep it in for now. McGillivray pass it off to the opposite side for Cadet. Ahead. Callahan will dump it down deep. McKenzie will be first on it, but he gave it away. Behind the net, Callahan steps out, sharp angle shot off the outside of the post. McIver will pick it up, ahead for Uloff. Uloff dumps and gives chase, past Noy. McGillivray will be first on it for the Rebels. He'll just send it out to center. Parker off the bench. He'll dump it back down deep. As Fundy will finish up their changes. Here's Noy. Stays with it, gets over center. Picked up by McIver. McIver passed it off the backside of Baird. He couldn't find it. Noy is at the end of quite a shift. We'll get it ahead for Isaac Cadet. Rink wide, pass over from McGillivray. He'll step in over the line, get to the middle. McGillivray and his shot blocked by Parker and steered to the corner by Fundy. Poked ahead, Cochran will flip it past his man as he tries to stay with it. He's stripped by Cadet. Flipped it ahead, McGillivray out to center, picked up by Rennie. Rennie lost it, he's feeling it. So he took a hard fall into the boards, caught a lot of shoulder and neck area. He's just gonna peel off. As Oatway will skate out, but just offside are the Rebels. 4:46 left in this first period as Rennie will get checked out on the Fundy bench. Face-off will come just outside the Thunder end. Sent in on goal. DeWolf will leave it. Pass ahead from Reed. Atkinson through the middle for Moore. He'll chip it ahead and give chase. Harris first on it. Will send it ahead. Back the other way are the Rebels. Shot comes in from McGregor. Missed on the glove side. Atkinson bumped into the wall. Puck comes free. Back to one. Collins will wind and fire. That was blocked by Atkinson. McGregor gets it down low. Back to the right point. Collins will walk the line. And Harris calling for it. He gets it. Shot off his back foot. Was deflected wide of the goal. Pulled free. Zach Cadet trying to find it as his Oatway. It's chipped to the line. Kept in by Collins as he stutter steps at the line and will float it back down low. Zach Cadet battles with Laba. Warwick down there as well in that far side corner. Couple of big bodies. Comes free to Oatway. Kick save made by DeWolf. Back to the point. Harris has some room on that left point. Will pass it D to Collins. Down to Oatway on the right side. Backdoor pass looking for Pino just out of his reach, but he'll pick it up. Sends it back to Oatway on that right side. Weaves in, centering pass for Gadet as he's tied up in front by Laba. The puck will come behind the net. Cleared to the line, kept in by Collins as he sends it. Oh, he's dumped by Warwick, but is able to still float it down low. Chip behind the net, Moore will just flip it out to center. There'll be a hand pass on the play as that was deflected with the glove. Harris sent the puck down the ice. The referee gave him the old, "You're going to go get that." Harris obliges and will now make his way off to the bench. The faceoff comes just outside the Rebel zone after the visitors. With a boatload of pressure the previous shift, it's sent back down deep by Fundy's own man. Pitts will pick it up behind the net, ahead for Baird. Under 3 to play here in the first period. Gagnon chips it up ahead. He's converged on by Phillips. Good step up at the red line, and the Rebels will get it back deep. Singer battling with McEwen. It's picked up by Pino. Send it back to the left point. Passed off Phillips. His shot through traffic, blocked by Baird. Trying to find it at his feet. Phillips lost his stick, now back the other way. Just offside. Frazier couldn't get over the line. .226 left to go in the period. Shots 10-6 in favor of the Rebels. 2-2 is your score. Zuloff lines up across from Pino, just in front of the penalty box. Face off one by the Rebels. Pigeon sends it through the middle. That's off the stick of Lex McKenzie. We'll send it behind the net all the way around for McIver. Chips it ahead. Uloff has some room. 2-on-2. He'll drive wide on Pino. Pino able to stay with him. Good play by the forward coming back to support. Phillips picks his man, and it's going to be a penalty against the Rebels as Phillips set the pick on Cogger. Fundy will go to the power play as Ben Phillips was set for 2 or less for interference. Barring a goal, Fundy will be on the power play for the rest of the period. 3 seconds left. Cleared away. Thunder will skate it ahead. Uloff, a rink wide pass. Rennie back out on the ice, will pick it up. Pass it to the middle for Warwick. Warwick back to Singer. Pass it across for Uloff. On the right side, Uloff will step in. Cross ice pass. Too high for Rennie. Singer will pinch in and rim it all the way around to the far side. Uloff cuts to the middle. Has some room. Uloff down low looking for the tip from Cochran as he was charging towards the net. Cochran will pick it back up. Pass it off. Singer will drop it in front of him. Send it back. Cochran in. Passes it off. Uloff on the right side has some room. Uloff in. Low shot. Save made by Weil. Cleared to the line but kept in by Singer. A catcher and fast pitch. Singer able to get a glove on that. Quick reaction time for the Team Nova Scotia catcher. Coming to the last minute of play here in the first period. Ahead, that gets by Singer, sent down the ice by Hudson. Will peel off to the bench as Singer with some time. Just under 40 seconds left in the period. He'll leave it for Moore as the second unit comes out. Gavin Moore will skate it through center. Moore in over the line, will drop back, hands it off for Pitts, tried to go cross ice. Puck just stays in for Atkinson, down low McIver. Will rim it all the way around. Pitts will have to pinch up from the point, but it's cleared down the ice by the Rebels. Under 10 seconds left in the power play, coming to the final 10 seconds in the period. Atkinson will leave it for Pitts. 5 seconds. Send a long pass through center, picked up by Coggers. We're back to 5-a-side, a huge hit! As the period comes to a close. Good clean hit by Phillips right out of the box. And the first period ends with some fireworks. Shots 10-7 in favor of the Rebels, but we're tied up at 2 after that first frame. Cog are no worse for wear coming off the ice. You see him in our frame number 24 here. We'll step aside for the intermission after period of play. The Rebels and Thunder tied at 2. All right, welcome back to the second period of play here at the Colchester Legion Stadium. Nova Scotia Under-16 AAA Hockey League action between the Western Rebels and the hometown Fundy Thunder, all tied at 2 after one period of play. The Rebels, with 2 quick goals in the first 3 minutes, took a 2-0 lead, but the Thunder clawed their way back, picked up a pair of their own through the frame, and we are tied here in the second as Fundy has possession. Singer up the wall, comes out to center. More battles with his opposing number 44, Caleb Smallman. Smallman gets stacked in front of the walls. It's tipped in by the Thunder into the left of starting goaltender Dylan Weil. Here's Smallman around the wall, bumped by Atkinson. Smallman has one of the 2 Western goals. Sent ahead, but picked up by Parker. Parker passes it out to center. Baird gains the line for the Thunder. Will settle on that. Easily steered aside by Weil. So it's a rim back around to the far side. Picked up by Collins. He'll try to knife it ahead for Hudson. Missed his stick. Collins gets it back. He runs into his own man. Thunder will pick it back up. Rennie. Rink wide pass to the middle. That's picked off by Otway. Otway will skate it up down the far side as a man going to the net. Shot from a sharp angle, blocked by Parker, and up and into the netting. Minute and a half gone here in this second period. Thunder try to make a late change. They're not going to allow it. Pitts will come back out alongside Parker as a face-off to the left of Callum DeWolf. Poked to the line by the Thunder, kept in, good hold by Harris, just kept it on the blue. Second chance effort is cleared out by the Thunder. Cochran will battle for that loose puck down low, as does Baird. He'll shovel it ahead. It's picked up in his own end by Harris, long pass ahead. Reed now making his way off the bench, will pass it off for Parker. Parker tried to go off the glass and out, but that went up and into the mesh, and the face-off will stay deep inside the Fundy end. Just about 2 minutes gone here in this middle period. Samuel Surratt and Caleb Smallman with the goals for the Rebels. Jude Cochran and Gavin Moore for the Thunder. Pigeon in his own end, watched over by Uloth and turned over now to Atkinson. McIver will pitch it through. He'll give chase on Surratt as he tips it back to the point. Laba's shot blocked. Puck comes through. McIver gets it at the top of the circle, looking for some open ice. Couldn't find it. Toe drag his way in. McIver still with it. Send it behind the net. Uloth will wrap it around in front. Good stick from Weil. Rebels get it ahead. Surratt cross ice, looking for Isaac Cadet. That'll be chopped up and out of play. Couple quick whistles here to start period number 2. Thunder coming to this contest 8-16-3, 8th in the 12-team league, Rebels sitting at 5th, 19-8-2. Big log jam there in the top 4 especially, but then the Rebels there at 5, just 5 points out of first place. So here's Pino. They'll tip it ahead, send it to the slot, looking for McEwen. Knocked away from him by Keegan Frazier, will go off the boards and out in front of the Rebels bench. Gilvery trying to feed it ahead, but it's picked up by Cochran. Chip to the line. Frazier will keep it in. Pass it off for Cochran as he stutter steps. Send it to the middle, but right on the stick of McEwen. Pass it through. Allison being watched by McKenzie. Send out front. Good pass to McGilvery. The defenseman who had pinched in. McGilvery will go cross ice. Good stick from McKenzie. Get it to the line. Noy. Down low for McGilvery. McKenzie will reverse it. Up the wall. It's chipped to the line, but not out once again as Noy will keep it in. McKenzie. Rimmed around, but it tips off the stick of Allison. And up and out of play. Three and a half gone here in the period. Both teams will make full line changes. Face-off will stay inside. Callahan lines up against Moore. Callahan will snap that back on his forehand. Collins will rim it down low. Surratt was looking for it. It's picked up by the Thunder. Cleared to the line. Harris will kick it ahead. Rink wide pass. Gaudette into the middle looking for the deflection from Surratt. Comes back to the left point. Harris. Hit hard as he was taking the shot off his back, but Warwick dumped him. Sent back out. So Thunder try to break out. Singer will rush it out himself. Cooper Singer down the right side. Peeled back. Try to pass it off. It's picked off here by Hudson. And up the wall. Singer will send it back into the Rebel zone momentarily, but Collins will fight for it and get it out. Long pass ahead for Arsenault. Back to the middle. Collins to the forehand. Save made by DeWolf. Good save. It's cleared down the ice by Fundy and will be an icing call. .14:29 left to go in this period. Face off to the left of DeWolf once again. Laba, take it behind his net ahead for Rennie. Rennie, long pass is deflected by Cochran off the boards. Down the ice is Phillips will pick it up and go D to D for Pigeon. Pigeon, long pass, looking for the outlet off the pants of Cochran. Back the other way, poked out by DeWolf as Hudson is coming in. He'll pick it up now. It's picked up by Maddox Rennie. He'll skate it out. Cuts to the middle, just avoids a check from Oatway. Baird will send it in deep as he's converged on by a pair of Rebels. Turned over behind the net. Rennie trying to cycle it down low. It was read by Pigeon, and he'll pass it off. Here's Zach Gaudette. Pass it off to McGregor, but just offside on the play. Face off just in front of the penalty box. Toss up. Pulled free by Pino. Pino trying to cut back into the middle. Read by Reed, and he'll send it out to the neutral zone. McGilvery pass off. Noy tried to send it down deep. Noy was dumped in front of the bench by McIver. Pino cuts to the middle. Good step. It's knocked into the wall by McIver. Hard hitting continues. Pino stepped into by Moore. Everybody just throwing their weight around now as Moore will send it down the ice. Caught center, so no icing on the play. Noy gets dumped again down in the corner, but he'll recover and he'll pick it up as he skates it out himself. Brody Noy into the middle. Shot blocked by McKenzie, and that'll go up and out of play. So White gets mixed up with Allison after the whistle, and intensity picking up. Here as we get to the middle of this second period. Callahan in on the draw, and he'll win it again. Back Harris. Down low Surratt. Sent behind the net for Callahan, but it's picked off. Pitts will skate it out, has some speed. Held up by Collins, but Pitts able to get it down low. Picked up here by Gaudette to the middle. Callahan, things opening up now this shift. Callahan and over the line is Surratt with him. He'll stop up to the middle. Surratt. Shot blocked by Pitts. Another chance and he scores. Surratt stays with it. He'll restore the Rebels' lead as he puts it up and over the shoulder of DeWolf. Goal number 28 on the year for Samuel Surratt. The Rebels take the lead. Hudson and Moore. Take some warning from the officials. Some hacking and whacking with Warwick and Smallman on the wing. Here's Harris. Sends it ahead. Tipped by Smallman. Skated out. He's bumped by Moore. As it goes in on DeWolf, he'll cover up. Things continue to heat up here at the Colchester Legion Stadium. Shots 13-7 in favor of the Rebels. Samuel Surratt's second of the game has given them the 3-2 lead. Moore going to be sent out of the dot. Atkinson will come in with a draw. Warwick jumps the gun again. Both teams jockeying for better position. Warwick out to the point, hopped over Harris. He'll throw it back cross corner as he is dropped by Moore, but a penalty is coming up. A head contact call against Gavin Moore. As Smallman gets mixed up with Warwick. He's going to be shown back to the bench, but the Rebels are going to have the power play. So Moore got the hands up. Another offensive zone draw here for the Rebels as they go to their third power play of the contest. Callahan wins the draw. Pino at the point will cut into the middle, passes it off. Callahan shoots and scores. What a shot by Ellis Callahan. Just 10 seconds in to what was a 4-minute head contact penalty. As Callahan popped the water bottle from a sharp angle. And the Rebels will stay on the power play here. Took all of 10 seconds. So I'm just trying to get the penalty down to 2 minutes. Not the draw, Outway. Send it ahead, Laba bumps him. It's picked up by Smallman. Smallman up top. Gadet sends it through the middle, good stick from Laba. It's sent down the ice by the Thunder. Cochran will give chase. Weil out of his net will send it ahead for Pigeon. Trying to go rink-wide fan on the first attempt, but got it out on the second. Smallman. Back to Pigeon. Pigeon up ahead. Good step from Laba. Back the other way. Here's Outway. Has some room. Cuts in the middle. Stays with it to the backhand. Good save by DeWolf. So Rebels look to set up. Smallman. Back to Isaac Gadet. Manning the right point. Steps in. Shot deflected. They score. Ace Outway on the doorstep. And it's a pair of quick power play goals that open this lead up to 3. It's 5-2. Outway was tied up with his man, but still got a stick on it as Gadet sent the low hard shot from the point. Things have opened up a bit in the Rebels' favor. A costly penalty for Fundy. The Rebels make them pay. We're back at the 5-a-side. Parker. His passing attempt was blocked. Pops down at center, but picked up by Gagnon. Gagnon drives wide, sends one towards the goals. He's dumped. Warwick hammers his man. Picked up. McKenzie will drop it back to Parker. Pass ahead. Phillips dumps his man, and a penalty coming. As Phillips stepped up on his man, he's getting the initial penalty. Warwick dragged down to the ice. The initial call was coming to Ben Phillips as he stepped up on his man in front of the bench. And then a couple of Fundy members took exception to the hit. Head coach Connor Miller will bring in his players and tell them to reel it in a bit. Western coach down by the bench, wondering what the call is going to be in the play. It was Phillips who stepped up with the hit. Still nothing up on the board. Officials will come over and talk with the Fundy bench. There's nobody still in the box. Now Phillips will make his way over. He's going to be sent to the room. No, he's not. Faked him out. He juked out the Fundy fans here. They were chanting because they thought he got kicked out, but did the old fake out, went to the box. It's just going to be 2 minutes against Phillips, and Fundy will be on the power play. Down low, Rennie. Back up top, Singer. D to Ulof, manning that right point. Down low, Cochran. Singer steps in, shoots. Good blocker save made by Weil. Rennie tripped up. Penalty upcoming. DeWolf to the bench, 6-on-4 now. Singer fanned on it. He's just trying to give it up to him. The Rebels aren't even going to bother touching it. Wraparound attempt. Save made by Weil. It'll be a 5-on-3 for a minute 12. Thunder trying to give the puck to the Rebels, but they weren't biting. Timeout's going to be called here. Back and ready to go. A minute 12 of 5-on-3 time for the Thunder. They trail by 3 after 3 goals in rapid succession from the Rebels. One back by Thunder. Ulof in off the point. Shot deflected wide. Cleared down the ice by McGregor. As DeWolf leaves it for Ulof, he'll wheel around his net. Trent Ulof into the zone. He'll stop up. Cross ice, Singer. Back up top, Ulof. Down low, Cochran. In the middle, Rennie, one-timer as he cut in from the slot. It's cleared away. Now a 2-on-1 Short-handed pass through the middle. Good play by Ulof. He stays with it. Back the other way. Three on one. Singer for Rennie. Rennie flips it by. Stays with it. Rennie to the forehand. Good save by Weil. That's cleared by the Rebels with under 30 seconds left in the first penalty to Phillips. Ulof will rush it up ice. Cuts wide. Gains the line. Dropped it back. Singer just able to keep it in momentarily. Second chance just gets out to the neutral zone. Cochran will pick it up. Jude Cochran dropped it off Atkinson. Pass to Singer. Phillips. Go to the box. Singer shoots. Missed wide. Cuts out in front. Shot comes through by Baird. Save was made. And it's cleared down the ice by the Thunder. 35 seconds left in the 5-on-4. DeWolf leaves it behind the net for Pitts. He'll start the breakout. Passed off for McIver. McIver drives wide. He'll rim it down deep. McGillivray first on it. Will chip it ahead. Kept in by Fundy. Moore. Back to Atkinson at the point. 10 seconds now left in the penalty. Cross ice. McIver in front looking for the tip back door. Rimmed all the way around. And that'll do it. Big 5-on-3 kill for the Rebels. So we're back to even strength. Pass through the middle. Moore. Cuts outside. Waits for his teammates to change. Sends one towards the net. Blocker save. Rebounds there for Gagnon. Sends that wide. Tipped ahead. Pino to the middle. McEwen. Dump it in onto DeWolf and he'll cover up. Just over 7 to play here in this second period. 3 goals from the Rebels here in this second period. They've made it a 5-2 game. And a huge 5-on-3 kill for the visitors there. Killing off a minute 12. Down 2 men. He's off to the left of DeWolf. Sent towards the front of the net. Baird will flip it to the line. Kept in by Noy. But a penalty's upcoming. It's going to go against Brady Allison. As Frazier was dumped. Charging call against Allison and Fundy right back to the power play. Seven minutes remaining here in this second period. Allison off. Or charging off the draw. Cleared away by the Rebels. DeWolf will slow it down for Singer. Take it around his net and he'll leave it for Ulof. Ulof. Pass it off Cochran. Gains the line. Jude Cochran down low. Absorbs a check from Noy. Cochran in. Pass to the middle looking for Warwick. Missed on it. Picked up Cochran. Stays with it. Pass it off. We're into wide to Ulof. Rennie looking for the back door one-timer. It's cleared. Another chance. Callahan gets it ahead for Surrett. He'll just dump it out as Callahan will give chase. He'll just try to pin it in the corner. He's bumped by Singer. He'll send it ahead. Cochran. Slows up. Passed ahead for Rennie. Pigeon will pinch up to meet him as Rennie gets a return feed. Cuts through the middle. Has some room. Maddox Rennie. Shot. Deflected. And then cleared down the ice by the Rebels with under a minute to go in the power play. Singer. As the Thunder get their second unit on the ice, he'll drop it off for Gavin Moore. Moore working ahead. He's being watched by Otway, but he'll chip it up to himself. The rookie stays with it. Sharp angle shot off the outside of the post. Back up top, Atkinson. Rim it all the way down low. Wyatt Baird. Tried to cut it back up top. Otway is there. He'll pin it in the corner and try to kill off some more time. He gets it to the line. Just caught in the feet. Stays in. Big hit at the line by Atkinson. Back down low. Atkinson sends it down, picked up by McGilvery. He'll flip it ahead. Good move by Otway, and he'll leave it for Godet. Godet in one-on-one. Shot. Blocker save made. So we're back to 5-a-side. Another kill for the Rebels. Moore cuts to the middle. Pass it off for McIver. Stays with it and will chop it down deep with under 5 to play here in the second period. Collins trying to knife it ahead. Atkinson stays with him alongside the far wall. Pulled free, Godet. Gets it out to the neutral zone. It's chipped back out to center. Picked up by Ulof. Sends it to the opposite side for Reed. Zach Godet will meet him there as it's chipped out to center. Sent back in by Otway. Here's McIver. And over the line. Sends one towards the goal. That was deflected wide. Collins there to meet Gagnon. It's picked up as Godet takes a bump. Ulof will send it back down deep. As the Thunder try to press here to get one back before the period ends. Harris ahead. Then the pass through the middle. Following up is Smallman. He'll kick it up. Pass it off for Zach Godet down the right side with speed. Godet shot saved by DeWolf as Godet tried to open up the 5-hole. Pigeon at center. Send it back in deep. It was not at the red line. It'll be an icing call. It's the Rebels. 3:42 left in the second. Face off to the right of Dylan Weil. Shots now 18-12 in favor of the Rebels. Fundy were able to open up some looks on their power plays. Not able to get any shots on goal. They had some good looks, but just couldn't get anything through to the net. Tie up off the draw. McGregor and Baird still tied up. So they're both trying to kick it free. Good work by both teams. It's pulled free by Cochran. Cochran for Jack White. White through traffic off the backside of Baird. A drop in front of him. He's converged on by a pair of Rebels. Sent to the line. White through traffic save made by Weil. Rebound cleared to the corner. White throws it right back in as he's dumped by Smallman at center. Long pass ahead. Smallman. Dump it the rest of the way as the Rebels get changes in. Here's Lex McKenzie. Long pass ahead. Rennie has some room down the right side. Rennie in. Shoots. Tried to go across. He's hit hard. Moore will pass it off to Parker. 3 steps. Picked it up. Pitts ahead looking for Rennie. Tipped to the middle of the ice. Noy will send it back ahead. Flipped in by Arsenault as the Rebels give chase. 2.5 to play here in the second period. Pitts. Up the wall. Warwick. Rink wide pass. Cochran. Cuts to the middle. Still has it. Jude Cochran. In the middle. Peels back. Passes off. Parker. Has some room on the right side. His shot blocked. Cochran. Back Singer will spin and fire one towards the net. Warwick in the high slot on his backhand trying to send it towards the net. That was blocked by McGilvery. Warwick. Back to Singer at the point. Return feed for Warwick. Into the middle. Shot. Made its way on net. I think Weil got a piece of it. It was either Weil or McGilvery. Back the other way. Singer bumps his man. Picked up back the other way. Sent to the front of the net. Cleared away by the Thunder. Moore gets it out to center. Lost him. It's picked up by Warwick. We'll go cross ice. Singer gains the line. We'll dump it in to the Rebels' end. $1:30 left to go in the period. Long pass ahead for Pino. DeWolf tried to cover it up. Couldn't find it. Laba dumped. Shot comes in. Good kick save made by DeWolf. Pino cuts to the middle. Some quick hands. Pass to the corner. Atkinson trying to chip it ahead. He's met by McEwen, who will cycle it down low. Singer up the wall as he absorbs a check. Atkinson turns it over to Pino. McEwen bumped by Singer. Ulof will send it back behind the net. Laba has some room. He'll just throw it to the line. Harris backdoor. They score. McEwen. After a turnover by the Thunder, McEwen left all alone at the side on that, passed off. He was wide open back door, puts it through the 5-hole of DeWolf. And a last-minute goal here in the second period. Sucks the life out of the building here in Truro. It's 6-2 for the Rebels. Back to center. Ulof wins the draw. Sent up ahead by Fundy. Callahan absorbs his check. He's tied up with McIver. Down low, Ulof. Leaves it for Frazier. Frazier. Back to the point. Reed. Back down low. Frazier broke his stick. Ulof sends it back. McKenzie couldn't get the shot through. Now back the other way. Isaac Gaudette tries to weave his way in. Reed stays with him. Leaves it for Surratt for the hat trick. Good save by DeWolf. So Thunder clear it away. Back up. Gaudette lost it. Collins back in his own end. Up the wall. Slowed up by Gaudette. He'll pick it up. Send it through the middle for Surratt. Dropped it off. Dropped it right on the stick of Gagnon. But Gaudette spinning and firing. And that was deflected. DeWolf able to make the stop. Back to the point. Dying seconds here of the period. Collins off his back foot. Deflected. Knocked away as the period comes to a close. Rebels win the period 4-0. And along with some huge penalty kills, they'll take a 6-2 lead into the second intermission. We'll be back after the flood. Score after 2 periods here at the Colchester Legion Stadium. Western Rebels 6, Fundy Thunder 2. Welcome back to the third period of play in this evening's Nova Scotia Under-16 AAA Hockey League matchup between the visiting Western Rebels and the hometown Fundy Thunder. Noah Poirier with you on the call, courtesy of High Button Sports. Thanks for tuning in. After 2 periods of play, the Rebels, on the back of a 4-goal second period, have a 6-2 lead over the Thunder. It'll be an icing call early on. The Rebels, a couple power play goals in quick succession in that second period, along with some other great individual efforts, have opened up a 4-goal lead here early in the third period. So they look to extend their win streak to 8 games in a row. Singer, that'll come back out to the neutral zone. Singer will stop up. He'll flip it back down deep. Thunder give chase, and the White will be first on it as he takes a hit from a pair of Bearcats, both Moore and Warwick. Moore able to fish it free. Sends one just wide of the goal. Warwick down there. He'll jockey for position with Smallman. Pitts will send it back in, but Fundy will have to tag up. Smallman send it in cross corner. Arsenault first on it. Will rim it around to the far side. Harris, fresh off the bench, will dump it down low. Arsenault will pick up, send it in front. Wide open is Hudson. Good block there from Pitts. And he'll start the rush out back the other way. Ahead for Atkinson, who gains the line and will dump it in deep as the Thunder in the midst of changes. Harris will skate it out. Pass through the middle, picked off by Jude Cochran. Pass through the middle, was looking for Baird. Baird finds it in his skate, sends one towards the net. Kick save made by Wild. I don't think he saw it until the last second. Baird will pick it back up for Fundy. Back to the point. Hopped over the stick of Reed. Brennan Reed will pick it up at center, pass off Laba to Baird. Had to take it on his backhand. He'll give chase and wheel it ahead. Good play by Baird. Baird stays with it. Shot comes in, they score! Maddox Rennie. Excellent work from Wyatt Baird to stay with it. Zip dropped down. Rennie found it. He puts it up and into the top corner. And cuts the deficit to 3 early here in this third period. Baird stayed with it all the way to the blue line. Fought through every clearing attempt from the Rebels and just dropped out in front of him. Rennie was there as well to find it. Perfectly placed shot into the corner. Laba rims it around back to the near side. Reed battling with Cadet. Baird the lone assist on the Rennie goal. It's rim back around. Laba will give chase as this Pigeon pinching in off the line. He'll rim it all the way back around. Only some white shirts there. It's picked up by White off the boards and out. Phillips will send it back ahead. Laba to the middle. McIver pick it up for Fundy as he slows it down. He'll drop it back for Nathan Laba. Pass to the middle. It's Reed, jockeys for position with Zach Cadet. Looking in the middle for McGregor. That was deflected to the line, kept in by Phillips. Down low, Otway. He and Laba collide. Cadet will keep it in as he's bumped. Up by Ulof. Long pass ahead. McIver, backhand toe drag will just send one towards the goal. That missed high and wide as Fundy in the midst of changes. Is Cadet dumped by Gagnon. McKenzie ran over by Otway. So McKenzie takes the hit to put it ahead. Otway knocked off stride by Frazier, but he'll get it deep. So hits continue to pile up here. Cochran. Cross ice for Keegan Frazier and over the line. Looking for the pass, finds Gagnon in the middle, settles it down, couldn't get the shot through. Pitts will keep it in momentarily. It's sent to the line. Pitts pass it off the stick of Gagnon and down low. Callahan sends it ahead. Surrett will chip it to the middle for Isaac Cadet. Cadet one-on-one. Nice toe drag move, stays with it. Good stick from Max Parker. Swipe through the middle. Cochran drives wide, sends one towards the net. Missed on the blocker side. Caught up behind the net, and we'll just whistle this one down. Nearly 4 minutes gone and a lot of action here in the early third period. A goal from Maddox Rennie, and the hits keep coming as they have the whole game. It's been one of the more physical games we've seen here at the stadium in the last couple weeks. Face-off stays inside the Rebels' end. Warwick spins and sends one towards the goal. That missed well wide as Atkinson take it on his backhand, knock it back down low where it's picked up by Hudson Pino. Pino weaves his way in, pass off for McEwen as the latest Rebel goal late in that second period. Pino down low. Picked up, sent out front, puck still there as the Thunder whack away and send it to the corner. Picked up by Moore. He's angled off into Pino, but Moore will stay with it. Dump it in deep and give a chase. Gilvery ahead. Warwick finds it on his feet, sent it off a skate. And pinballs to the side. Here is McEwen. He'll dump it down. Pass Pitts and give chase. Singer there to cover. He bumps McEwen. It's sent ahead, but picked off. Pass into the middle, made its way on net. Stopped by DeWolf, but comes back to the right point. Collins will thread it down low and then gets a return feed. Pass it off. Harris in off the point. Shot. Glove save made by DeWolf. Shots 25-16 in favor of the Rebels. Nearly 5 minutes gone here in this third period. Western still with a 3-goal lead here. Thunder back in action here tomorrow night at 7. Back-to-back home weekends with 2 games for Fundy as they look to get back on the winning sheet. Baird has his stick lifted. It's picked up by Smallman ahead for Hudson as he tries to knife it through. Smallman ahead. Sent down the ice, but it will be an icing call against Fundy. For the Thunder, they will host the Valley Wildcats tomorrow here at the stadium before visiting Valley next to start off next weekend. And for the Rebels, they will head to Tantallon tomorrow to take on the Martello Buccaneers at St. Margaret's Center. Baird, pick it up and send it cross ice, picked up by Collins. He'll skate it ahead himself. Ty Collins down the right side looking to center it. Nobody was there as it'll go to the far side. Kicked back in by the Rebels. Cochran through his legs. They head for Baird. Baird will try to weave his way in. Has Rennie with him. Rennie finds it. Rennie. Shot! Save made with a shoulder by Weil. Rennie sure can get it off his stick in a hurry. Sent ahead. Gadet will give chase. Jockeys for position with Reed. Singer sends it ahead. Cochran. Cross ice saucer pass by Rennie. Tried to weave through. Has it. Rennie in. Shoots and scores! Maddox Rennie again! It's 6-4. What a cross ice pass by Cochran. Finds Rennie, made a nice move to open up some space and rips it. And it's now a 2-goal game. With 13:39 to go. Face-off won by the Rebels. Phillips passes it to Pigeon. Ed tipped in. Singer will go cross ice. White. And over the line. Cross ice pass. Ulof. Back to the point. Was looking for McKenzie fresh off the bench. It's deflected out to center. Pitts through the middle. Ulof will spin it around for Jack White. Up the wall, but turned over. McIver. Down low. White in front. McKenzie. And off the point. His shot. That caught one of the Rebels up high. Smallman back the other way. As Hudson crashing the net, Smallman shot save made by DeWolf. Rebound cleared out to center. McGilvery will send it back in. That caught Hudson in the helmet, so it'll be an offside. The Thunder, 2 goals for Maddox Rennie here to start the third period, and all of a sudden that 4-goal deficit cut in half to 2. As the goals continue to come. Face off just outside the Fundy end. Up by Singer ahead, hopped over a couple of sticks. Noy will get it in his own end. Feather it ahead. For McGregor, he overskated it. There's Cochran. In over the line, shot. Save was made by Weil. Otway trying to pull it free, comes back to the point, kept in by Singer. He'll slow it down. Singer sends one towards the net. Hit the skate of his own man. Poked ahead, Singer stays with it, trying to get a stick on it. Outweighs there and will pinch it ahead. Zach Cadet first on at center and pass comes out in front. And DeWolf will cover up. This thing's getting interesting now. Here, 12:05 to go. Thunder keeping this close. Pair of goals from the leading scorer, Maddox Rennie. Shots 27-19 for the visitors. Around the wall, picked up, centered. As McEwen tried to find it in his skates. Chipped out. Sent right back in by Harris as he takes a hit from Moore. Parker ahead, tipped by Atkinson. Good hold by Collins as he's hit hard by Gavin Moore. Moore hitting everything in sight this shift. Atkinson will chip it ahead as he's knocked off stride. Passed ahead, McEwen. Tobin McEwen will dump it in deep. He'll give chase as he tries to catch Reed on the back foot. Reed stays with him. They continue to battle down low. Centered out front, picked up by Brandon Warwick. He has some room. Warwick over the red line, dumps it in as it's poked aside by Weil. Will pop back free. He'll be forced to cover up as Pino and Warwick get mixed up. Some jostling after the whistle, but nothing will come of it. As the faceoff will stay in the western zone. Thunder look to continue to press. They'll make changes and bring Baird, Cochran, and Rennie out on the ice. They have the last 2 goals of the game, this line does. Rennie with both of them, but they're both set up from some spectacular work. Baird on the first one and Cochran with that cross-ice saucer pass on the second. Here's Rennie, tried to drag it in and rip it. Just fanned on it. Gillian crossed it off. Good play by Laba to stay with it and get it to center. Rennie finds it in his feet. Rennie trying to stay with it. Baird will follow up. Wyatt Baird in. Shot! Save made by Weil. Comes out to center. Pitts will dump it in cross corner. Thunder tag up and will head right back in as Pigeon will collect behind his net. Ahead for Surratt. Passes it over for Isaac Godet. He gains the line and will dump it in on DeWolf. DeWolf will take no chances. He'll cover up. 10.5 even to go here in regulation. Shots starting to get a bit more even, 27-20 in favor of the Rebels. The Thunder will have to put together their best period of the game to get back in this one. Faceoff's one, dump in attempt, deflected to the corner, picked up by Smallman. He's worked over by Parker. Comes away with it. White gets bumped. White stays with it. Phillips able to hold it in as he's knocked off stride. Arsenault centers it, picked up by Pitts ahead for McIver. McIver through the middle. Here's Trent Ulaw. He'll cut to the middle. Ulaw sends one towards the net as he's hit hard. Cutting across and he's slow to get to his feet. It's dumped back in as he was hit hard cutting across the middle after he let the shot go. Sent up ahead, McGilvery throws it back out to center, picked up by Hudson as he'll try to beat Pitts wide. Pitts stays with him, knocks him off stride, and they're going to call a penalty. Holding call against Simon Pitts, and the Rebels will go to the power play. He converted on both ends of that 4-minute double minor back in the second period. Singer, Warwick, Gagnon, and McKenzie out to kill the penalty. Callahan in to take the draw. Warwick wins it. The Rebels retain possession. Back up top, Surratt. Pass it to Pino. Pino to McEwen. McEwen trying to find some space in the middle. He'll slow it down. Pass it to Surratt. Down low. Missed its mark. Singer will chip it up the wall. Pino's there. Keeps it in. Try to pass it off. Surratt to McEwen. McEwen will leave it for Callahan. So peel back up top. Pino. Looking in the middle. Puck. Squirts on net. Save made by DeWolf as he'll cover up. 1:22 left in the penalty to Pitts. So Rebels look to restore the 3-goal lead. Moore, Atkinson, Laba, and Reed make their way on the ice as fresh penalty killers. The Rebels will keep their power play unit out. Face-off comes to the left. DeWolf won cleanly by Callahan. Pino hands it off for Callahan. Rink wide. Or Surratt has a pair of goals in this game. He'll circle back. Gives it to Pino. Had to be careful back the other way. Atkinson on a short-handed breakaway. Ethan Atkinson in. Shoots. Save made by Weil. Back the other way come the Rebels. Big save for the Rebels. Here's Surratt. Drives wide. Centering pass. Puck's there. Shot comes in. Saved by DeWolf. Atkinson spins and fires. Can't keep it up. Pino over to Callahan. One-timer save made by Callum DeWolf. With 46 seconds left in the penalty. Otway. Thunder also down Jacob Cogger. He took that hit at the tail end of the second, not back out for the third. So that shot was blocked by Parker. Otway behind the goal. Will step out, pass it to Gaudette. Gaudette into the middle, waits, shoots. Missed wide as it comes out to McGregor. He'll push it down low for Smallman. 13 seconds left in the penalty. Sent back to McGregor, covering the point. Tried to go rink wide. Picked up by Parker. He'll fire it down the ice, and that'll do it. For the Fundy penalty kill, we're back to 5-a-side as Pitts steps out of the box. Under 7.5 to go in this one. Otway down the left side. Try to curl in. Laba stays with him. Laba will fire it over to the near side. Cochran comes out of the pile. Hand it off for Rennie. Rennie. Pass it looking for Baird. That was behind him. Cochran will follow up. As Baird gets dumped hard by McGregor. Tipped out. Kenzie. Pick it up. Long pass through the middle. Finds Rennie. Snoy sends it off the glass and out. Hudson. Back to McGilvery. Head for Gaudette. McGilvery will send it over to some open space. Otway will dump it in deep. Peel off on a chain. Sent ahead. Cochran will deflect it ahead. Rennie looking to find it. Drives wide on Noy. Will shield away. Rennie to the middle. Pass it off. Cochran with some room. Cochran in. Shoot. Save made by Dylan Weil. As this line continues to make things happen for Fundy. Rennie, Baird, and Cochran. 6:21 to go. Thunder trail by 2. Ulof back out there after taking that Charlie horse last shift. Good to see. So be in for the offensive zone draw and win it. McIver wound up and fired. His shot didn't make it through net. Hits his shot, gloved down by Weil. Rebels will make a quick change, changing up their forwards. As Hudson, Arsenault, and Smallman come on. Ulof will take the draw against Hudson. Ulof wins it again. Back to Pitts. And off the point, winds and fires. Chop that one wide. Smallman first on it. We'll get it out to center. Pitts. And over the red line. We'll dump it in deep. Noy first on it. Shovels it ahead. For Smallman, he's bumped. Puck comes out. Hudson chips it to the middle. Good stick. And another good stick. It's picked up by Ulof. Ulof knocked off his stick. Arsenault will try to pick it up center, but it's knocked back away by Ulof. The Rebels will get it down deep. 5.5 to play here in this game. Singer head looking for White. That missed everybody. And will be an icing call against the Thunder. 5:29 to go. And it's turned into quite the game. Back-to-back weeks, Thunder giving the team from PEI the run for their money. Had the lead against the Dukes for a lot of last weekend. Dukes only got their first lead to make it 4-3 in the third period, and that was the eventual final score. Fundy, they've had to play from behind quite a bit in this game, but they're still staying with it. Slaba will fire it around the wall. McIver will jockey with his opposing number 71. Sends it out. Ulof out to center. Pino will spin and fire it back in. Laba peels behind his net. Sends it ahead. Sent out to center. Collins over for Pino. Cuts to the middle. Hands it off for Harris. Kewen. They battle down low. Harris, the defenseman, pinching in. Down low. Picked up, sent ahead. Kept in McEwen. Throw it back in deep. Laba will peel back. Pass it behind the net. Frazier. Can't find it. It's picked back up by the Rebels. Out in front. Laba stays with it, as does Warwick. Rebels pressing. Reed trying to pin his man, comes out, picked up by Frazier. Frazier. And over the blue line, he'll stop up, send it in deep. Collins. Hit hard by Warwick. Forced to check out. Moore, one-timer! Blocked. And then just goes wide. McKenzie gets it at the point. Sends one on that. Deflected by Moore. Save made by Wiles. He's able to close up the 5-hole. Under 4 to play now in this one. Chipped ahead. Baird pitches up. Sends it to the front of the net. Tap back to the corner. Surrett out to the middle. Picked up by Atkinson. Nice move around Surrett. Will punch it through. Try to stay with it. Pino sends it up ahead. Unable to clear the Rebels. Baird sends one towards the goal, patted aside by Weil. Kenzie pinches in. Picked up by Pino. He's been on for a while. He'll skate it out. So he has some room. Gains the red line. He'll continue on. Hudson Pino has a step. Stays with it. Dragged down, and a penalty is going to be called here against Fundy. Going to be McKenzie going off. And with 3:06 here, the Rebels will go to the power play. Fundy already used their timeout back during that 5-on-3. Shots now 32-26 in favor of the Rebels. Off the draw, Rebels with possession. Gaudette fakes a shot, will hand off. Shot comes in. Save made by DeWolf as that came in off the stick of Pigeon. Just 7 seconds gone in the penalty. Now under 3 to play in this hockey game. Thunder will have to be somewhat aggressive here on this kill. Pigeon shot through traffic, saved by DeWolf. Outway. Point Cadet. Feathers it down low, turned over, sent out. Cadet will pick it up to negate the hand pass. Try to chop it through center. Cochran will stay with him. Cadet will drop it back. Pigeon. Long stretch pass for Outway. Pitts will stay with him. Back the other way. It's turned back over. Singer will try to knife it ahead. He lost it. Here's Cadet. In. Shoots off the post. Rebounds there. They score. Second of the game for Ace Outway. It's another power play goal for the Rebels. They restore the 3-goal lead with 2:19 to go. Initial shot went off the post. Outway just had to put down his stick and guide it into the net as DeWolf was trying to track it. Get it off the draw. McGilvery will send it ahead. That hits a couple people on the bench. Cadet's going to go to the box. It's going to be Callahan. He's going to be shown the gate. Didn't see what happened. They're just going to tee him up. I think they'll just ring him up for a 10 and call it. So the officials are going to go explain to the Rebels bench. Nobody going over to serve, so safe to say it's just a 10-minute misconduct. Ellis Callahan. 2:14 to go. Hudson back to McGilvery. He'll peel back and go D to Noy. Up the wall looking for Surratt. Picked up by McGilvery. He'll send it ahead. Cadet. Send it down the ice. Laba first on it. He's knocked down. Sent back out in front. Surratt with a couple extra whacks. That's going to draw some attention. It's going to be a gross misconduct against Callahan, so that'll come for a suspension. Something was obviously said on the ice. Nothing will come out of that scrum.
Outside. Defense. Watch the wing, Ruff. He didn't see it, right? But they can see the one before.
Face-off will stay inside the Thunder end. Smallman looking for it. Gagnon ahead. Cochran turn feed for Gagnon. Gilvery will throw it back down deep. Singer. Send it out to center. Have numbers if they hurry, but Noy will send it back in deep. Pitts. Stop up behind his net as he takes a bump. Up ahead, Frazier. Trying to cut to the middle. Gagnon will follow up. Send it ahead. Singer will chip it in front of the bench. Frazier will send it ahead as we come to the last minute to play in this hockey game. Singer pass it off for his D partner Pitts. Head pass to the middle. Gagnon. Give chase. It's knocked away by the Rebel defender. Kewen will step into his own end. Leaves it back for McGilvery. Passed off for Noy. The Rebels will just try to run out this clock. Tipped ahead by McEwen. Singer first on it. Leave it for Pitts. Head, one touch to the middle for Gagnon. Gagnon tripped up. Penalty will be called. Outway got the stick in the skates of Gagnon. Thunder will win this game on the power play with 30 seconds to go. Pino will come in for the defensive zone draw. Won by Jack White. White over one-timer, whistles it wide. Pardon me, that's Rennie, not White. I was wondering why White, the defenseman, was in for the draw. Rennie, down low, sharp angle shot off the outside of the post. It's Rennie looking for the third period hat trick. Rebels will make a quick change. Bringing on new forwards, Hudson and Zach Gaudette. Pulled free by the Thunder. They get it back to Singer at the point. Slow it down, pass it off for Rennie. Rennie cuts to the middle, shoots. Caught his own man, pops free. Spinning, firing was Warwick, but time will come to a close. The Rebels will extend their win streak to 8 with a 7-4 win over the Fundy Thunder. Final shots 37-26 in favor of the Rebels. Thanks for tuning in on High Button Sports. Catch us back here tomorrow as the Thunder host the Valley Wildcats, 7 p.m. on both highbuttonsports.ca and the High Button Sports YouTube channel. Final score here from the Colchester Legion Stadium, Western Rebels 7, Fundy Thunder 4.